Well, so leading ProJib for 28 years is no small feat. So I would ask you, what have been the leadership principles that you've been able to put in place that have helped you sustain success for so long?
Man, the old golden rule goes a long way in our household. I mean, I truly do try to treat others like I want to be treated. And I think that's made a difference. When I first started my company, another guy was wanting to go in business with me and do a partnership. And at first I was like, this might be a great idea because he was well known. And I talked to my dad that night and I said, Dad, what do you think about this idea? And he's like, son, I don't mind you starting your own company, but don't do it with somebody else. He's like, that's all I'm going to tell you. He's like, in a partnership, somebody always feels like they're getting the raw deal. Somebody, you may start out as friends and it may go a year or 2 years. Eventually, one of the partners is going to feel like they're doing more than the other, and there's going to be resentment and it's going to go south. And so I told this other guy, I've changed my mind, I'm not going to do this company with you. He went ahead and started his company and started asking partners to come on board. And I hadn't even started my company yet. So he wound up being the powerhouse in this area because he gained a lot of people and he gained a lot of equipment, and he was my biggest competition. So I started my company, little one-man band, just me and one jib, and I just kept going and just kept going. And I kept my overhead down. I didn't have a big fancy, shop. I did a pole barn in my backyard, concreted the floor. That was my shop. And anyway, long story short, I'm 28 years in the business now, and they went out within 10 years. The partners started fighting, just as my dad suggested, and it didn't go well,
How did your dad know that?
Man, just that wisdom, just that dad wisdom.
Did he have an experience as a business owner?
He didn't. He worked for the town of Centerville as the water superintendent for 40 years, Not even a college degree, but probably the smartest man I've ever known.
That's great.
Yeah.
Is your dad still with you?
He's not. I've lost him 3 years ago, but man, oh man, what an impression he made on me.
Well, that was a big conversation he had with you back then, because he's right, and I think the people listening to the show can attest many times over. I can too. I've got some big failures in my story of entrepreneurship, and they can both two big ones I immediately think about go to partners.
Wow.
And it could have been totally eliminated had I just took your dad's advice.
Thanks, Pop.
Yeah, a little too late for me though. Well,
sorry about that.
So you've worked on some of the world's most watched events. What do you think the Mike Breece legacy is going to be in this industry?
Man. I just hope that people remember me as just a good dude. I really want to be known as somebody that was just a good guy and helped people out. I'm 41 years in the business this year, and people still come up to me and say, hey, can we grab coffee? Can I pick your brain? And somebody helped me. Somebody opened the door for me, which allowed me to go and improve myself. And I'll never forget that. So I try to help as many young folks as I can. And it's very rewarding, but they got to want it. It's like, whether you're wanting to be a camera operator or you're wanting to be a CPA, I mean, those early years, you just got to get in there and grind. And, it's not pretty. And it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of discipline. So that's what I want to be remembered as. Just a good dude, pretty good camera operator, but man, he tried to help as many people as he could.
What do you think the long-term plan is for ProJib? Is this going to be a legacy business, or are you going to leave it to the kids, or are you going to sell it? What are you going to do with it?
It's a good question. I never really crammed it down my kids' throats, either one of them, to see if they were interested in doing it or interested in carrying it on after I'm done with it. But my son Shane has recently shown more interest, and he has been working for me for about 5 years now. He knows how to set up everything and tear down everything, and now he's starting to operate. So that was pretty cool, him getting booked on some shows lately. And I was like, I didn't see this coming, because he's a singer, songwriter, musician. That's where his heart is, that's where his passion is, and he's pretty good at it. But we all know how tough it is to make it in that business. So here lately, he's been showing some interest in wanting to do more shooting. And so who knows, that might be pretty cool. My daughter's already a professional makeup artist, so she did 8 national spots last year, her first year out. So she's killing it. So we may all be working for my daughter one of these days, but anyway, who knows, my son may take over ProJib.
What do you believe has been the one key to your success in all these years in the business?
I think just reaching out to folks that are better than me, having people around me to prop me up when I'm down, and just never looking back, you know. I mean, I was so focused when I first started, just to make it, you know. And then after I was paying the bills, you know, you got to have goals. And my wife and I, our goal was to make $1 million, right? That's a lot of people's goal, I suppose. It was one of our goals. And you just grind and grind and grind and work and work and work. And you think you're never going to make $1 million, you know. And then all of a sudden you look up and you've done it. And you're like, whoa, we're here. Now what? We got to make another goal. Well, it's like once you made your first $1 million, your second $1 million is a lot easier, because you know the process, you know the work it takes, you know the discipline it takes. So then that becomes the next goal. And then it just becomes, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just repeating it. And then it's like, that's what we have done in our little small business that we've created. But it worked for us. And it's just old-fashioned grandma common sense stuff, you know?
Hey there, it's the real Jason Duncan. Thank you for watching this video. If you are an entrepreneur and you've ever thought about what it's going to be like when you get ready to exit your business, I'm the guy you want to follow. So make sure that you've subscribed to this channel and go check out the link in the description, therealjasonduncan.com. Check out the resources I've got for people just like you, as an entrepreneur who's trying to get his life back, get her life back, get your time and freedom back. We've got a couple other videos you might be interested in. There's one here and there's one here. If that's what you want as an entrepreneur, if you're being trapped in your business, then I can help you get out of that. So go to therealjasonduncan.com. The link is in the description, and check out one of these videos. I'll see you next time.